Waiting, I'm back again. I've organized pieces based on which ones are the most gray for the Enterprise Wrath of Khan edition. And I realized I managed to successfully get the bridge in and get it out because I'm going to have to put this decal down before I put the bridge in. Number 57. Now it doesn't look like it bows down over the front of the ship. If you look at the 2009 one, you see? But you have to put it down before you put the bridge dome down. Then one goes on top of the bridge dome. So I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to have to do some cutting when it's time to insert the bridge. But that's just like the central dome on the other model. So let's get part 57 out. Decal number 57. And as you can see, I've started labeling which decal set comes from where. This one comes from A Creation. And based on the size of the parts, they go in a specific bag. So I've had to mix stuff from Polar Lights, from A Creation models, from the kit itself, and so on, just to get the proper pieces. And whenever that doesn't show up on the filming model, I'm going to assume it's a light gray. And I realized you don't use the bottom parts of the nacelles. This bottom part was not painted except in Star Trek V, and that's the light blue, and that's where the gray Polar Lights comes in. So I can at least get the stuff I didn't do before. So I'm going to cut out the decal and we'll see how it looks applied. So there's what it looks like when it's on as a dry fit. Just have to make sure it looks like that when it's down and doesn't interfere with the bridge placement ridges. And even if it does, you just trim the decal so it's on this side of the bridge placement ridges only. Because once the bridge dome's in place, you're not going to see much. But you'll see some on the side here. And it'll cover up any paint mistakes on the top of the dome there, so that's good. There. That's how it looks applied. Now we do the moistening down. Unmoistening, because it's in place, so get all the moisture out. Hopefully it doesn't lift up. Good, good, good. It's even. And then you put the microsol down to make sure it's in place over top of the irregular shape. And then you just leave it alone. And you highlight it in green and it's been applied, which I did on the guide, as you can see. Of course, I suppose that because it's the A Creation set, I'm going to write the decals applied number, letter, color in orange. All right, so that way you get it right. That way you know that that is the decals applied color. And you know, I'm going to start using the pen so nothing runs, because it appears the pen ran. Okay, good. 56? 56 goes in front, but 56 goes on front of the bridge. And as you see those dark windows there, well, if you look on the bridge dome, maybe there are dark windows, but I'll have to see if I can paint them white. But that waits for the bridge dome application. So that is all for the top saucer. As far as the A Creation set goes, as you can see, you saw the three. 1 minute. All right, now it's time to go to the Polar Lights application. And, well, the one that came with the kit. And as you can see, its decals applied are in green. So there's the green. All right, now, what I need is decal number E16 and E1 so that they're in place before I put down the other one. So I will cut them out and I will be back. All right, so the first piece is on. That is piece E1, as you can see here. Now any part that went up into the bridge dome, that'll be trimmed off later, maybe right up to that line. but you have to account for the entire decal. And I made sure that that light is just under the bridge dome and that the square just goes up to the bridge. So now you make sure that you align part E16 to match it, and you see that curved piece? That aligns. Oh, it doesn't help provide alignment for the other part. But maybe it will. We'll find out. It's time for E16. There you go. Part E16 is in place, and I made sure, oh, gotta nudge it forward just a bit. Nudge it up. Well, you put some more water on it, and that'll loosen it up just a little bit. Just a little bit, so that you can nudge it forward. Yeah. It's certainly a lot better than it ever was on the 24th century refit, I'll tell you that. There you go. There you go. Now the two lights are side by side. Good. Now you dry it in that position and apply the microsol, and we'll be done with those two. Actually, I'm going to put on the other small piece now. The one that is going here at the front of the impulse crystal. And that will complete the last piece for the impulse crystal. So let me find that particular piece and I'll be back. All right. So A Creation Part 82 or Polar Lights Part 48. Now, Polar Lights Part 48 is lighter in color, and the part with the kit was blue, so I think, considering that I'm going to use the darker A Creations trim. But wait, the A Creations trim still has some trace of the green from the motion picture. That is green. That is gray. See? Look. Greenish. Grayish. Polar Lights Motion Picture Gray. There you go. That's the one you use. Okay, now you know. Because the Polar Lights nacelle trim is greener than the A Creation one, which is darker. It's like the Polar Lights counts for all three. The A Creation only had Enterprise A blue trim. And the kit itself seemed to have all three colors. Well, that's good. So the Polar Lights one. All right. Now, I don't know if I still have Polar Lights instructions. I don't think I do. But I'll check. I'm in luck, I do. I even have an old piece of Polar Lights kit that I used once, so that's good. So you don't need the Aztec for now. You need the Polar Lights instructions and the Polar Lights bag. And these are the Federation Models damage decals left over from 6 years ago. All right. Okay. So we just put what we're not using in there. I'm scavenging everything from the 2018 build that I can, just in case. Okay, so here we go for the instructions. So let's see what it is, part number 48, right? So we have to go to the top saucer, which is... There's the top saucer. And there is part 48, so now we are using it after all. And on the paper kit instructions, I'm going to account for part 48 in the green Polar Lights color of 2009. So actually that's going to be a pink color. No orange. No, pink, 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 pink. Pink this time. So 4 different sets. It's kind of frustrating, but at least you aligned it correctly. So there you go, there you go. And 48 is used for Wrath of Khan. All right. All right, so I'll be back. All right. Time for some beauty shot pictures since you have some parts applied. Oh, where did that part come from? You got to account for that. Because on each guide that parts like that come for, you got to account for it. All right, so let's take some pictures under the lighting on all four sides. And of course, we'll take pictures without the ring light on to compare. All right, so here we go without the ring light. And you see how much more brownish it is, which means when I put the A Creation decals on, they'll blend in better. And you can see how, from a distance, even the Polar Lights decals look brownish. So the A Creation won't be out of place without the ring light on. And is it still aligned with the two lights? Yes, it is, and it's still aligned with the two squares. Now that piece isn't got to nudge up a bit on that one. Now, so it won't be moving. But that's pretty good. It has the front ring on the side, and if you look at it this way, that's pretty good. It's like a half moon shape. Okay, I'll take it. So, of course, just like yesterday, alternating panels all the way around the saucer. And I know that in Wrath of Khan you had panel line accent, but I'm not doing it on this. I could see the panel lines, but that was something that you were supposed to put in beforehand, and I don't want to get it under the decal. Because even the Stadler marker gets under the decal if it's too much time. It starts watering. So I'm just going to leave the panel lines alone. Into the guide, start with E14. Oh, and you see these hatches? I couldn't see a trace of visible hatches on the Enterprise A in all the images I looked at, or the motion picture. So I'll save those for the voyage home as well. I think there's a misprint on these decals. This 36 should be just 6. This 36? Well, that 36 should be... Oh God, look at those. Let me do some corrections. There we go. The guide has been corrected. So E11, E10, E6. Because as you see, there's an E6, there's an E10, there's an E11. All right, now we're getting somewhere. So I'm looking for E14, which is right here, and that's the one I want next. All right, now we're trying to apply decal 14. So let's see if we can manage to get it off the decal without anything going wrong. So I'm going to fix the curve. Here we go. Yeah, move it around on the sheet first to get it loosened up. You don't want anything to tear. And you re-soak it in the water if it didn't get loose enough. So I'll be back when I'm ready to apply it. There's decal 14 in place, and as you can see, because so much of the bridge dome is not in the way, you actually get the leading edge as well. I love how subtle it looks on the ship with the lighter gray. But I do see how I'm going to have to nudge it over just a bit, so let me re-moisten it and nudge it sideways just a bit. There! Ow! Even more, because as you see, it's intruding slightly onto the other piece. Let's see if I can do it on camera. Nudging it sideways. Just a little bit. Come on. Little more. Little more. Come on. Well, that'll have to do. Can't be perfect. That's pretty good. There you go. Well, the water's warmed up. Decal number 14, E12, is soaking. And the good thing about this top saucer is that because I realized with the bottom saucer that you don't paint any of them, it'll all be just a nice gray. And there's the faded gray thing. And of course, you can see the remnants of the pearlescent here, but I don't have many impulse housing caps left, so I don't want to be messing with anything else. I mean, there might be one on the Polar Light set because it had all the trim decals on it. There's 2 of those. That's about all for now. So let's see. I'll see if I can apply it successfully, and I'll be back with the result. Here we are. Decal E12 is successfully installed. It looks so beautiful with the gray. I love it. I'm glad I... Oh, wait a minute. What's that? 1 minute. Little toothpick here. What is that right there? Oh, whatever it is, it's gone now. And it didn't take the decal with it. All right, here we are. So the entire, roughly the port side of the saucer has been completed. So take some pictures of that and then come back. So once again, all 4 pictures will be taken with the light on and then without the light. I mean without the ring light. Okay, so I'm going to finish the rest of the saucer, at least in the alternating sections, and then we'll see how it looks. There's only a couple more even numbered decals to do, number 4 and 2 respectively, but as you can see, it's taking shape. So I'll take those, considering that 2 is going to go here, I'll take the final set of pictures when I put down decal number 4. Be right back. Okay, so here we go. Here's the alternating spokes saucer diagram. And I will get the ship into position to get the pictures of all 4 sides with and without the light of the ring, the one ring light. The one light to show them all. One light to see them. One light to shine on them all. So that in the light you can see them. That was the best adaptation I could do of the speech about the one ring. Adapted for my particular circumstance. The one saucer in this case. And considering that my name is Sean, it is quite literally a saucer sec Sean. Cheers in the darkness, and now it's time to put on the alternating spokes, and I will pause the video and try to do it halfway. Like I'm going to start here with decal number 2, then I'm going to jump to 15. So there you go. I will show it complete on that section, and then I'll do the rest. Actually, I'm going to stop the video here so I can check on the phone's battery life, and I will start a new video for the rest of the top saucer and plug the phone in while I'm filming if necessary.